The best-dressed person at the party is wearing $4,000 of debt on one wrist. Here are the 10 types of fake rich, and how each performance actually works. The installment illusionist owns nothing outright and displays everything monthly. The car is financed, the phone is on a plan, the watch arrived in 12 payments, and the holiday was booked on a card that was already tired. Each piece looks like wealth. Together, they are a subscription to looking wealthy. The motive is simple. Everyone around them seemed to be upgrading, and falling visibly behind felt more expensive than the interest. You will not spot them by what they show you. You spot them by what they can't do. Skip a paycheck, cancel a plan, say no. The only thing this millionaire-looking person truly owns is the repayment schedule. The logo maximalist buys recognition, not quality. Their rule is that a luxury purchase only counts if strangers can identify the brand from across the street. So they buy the loudest, cheapest item each famous house makes. The belt, the cap, the canvas bag. What they are really paying for is speed. A logo is status you don't have to explain. The irony is that the people they most want to impress read the signal in reverse. The entry-level logo is precisely the item that quieter money never buys. The rented backdrop doesn't fake objects. They fake situations. The sports car is rented for 4 hours, mostly stationary, mostly photographed. The penthouse is a short-term listing with good light. And there are studios built purely to look like the cabin of a private jet. In 2020, reporters found one in Los Angeles renting for $64 an hour, seatbelts included. The audience is not the people in the room. The audience is the feed. Sometimes this is vanity. More often it is commerce. A lifestyle that looks proven sells courses, coaching, and mentorship to people who want the same photos. The rented backdrop spends real money to appear rich for the length of one camera session, becoming measurably poorer with every proof of wealth. The address faker stages nothing. Unlike the rented backdrop, they actually live inside the illusion, just in the smallest corner of it. They rent the tiniest unit in the most expensive district. The studio behind the famous street, the box with the celebrated postcode. Friends are never invited over. There is nowhere for them to sit. The address does all the entertaining. What they're buying is adjacency. Say the neighborhood. Watch the assumptions arrive. Their postcode is the only luxury item they own. And technically, they're only borrowing it. The proximity borrower has discovered the cheapest luxury asset of all, other people's lifestyles. They are the permanent plus one. The boat in their photos belongs to a friend. The villa belongs to a client. The business class cabin appears once a year, paid for by someone else's points. Nothing they display is rented, because nothing they display is theirs. The motive is belonging. Somewhere along the way, being near wealth started to feel like a personality, and the performance became the price of staying invited. Take the wealthy friends out of the picture, and the picture is empty. The title mogul fakes wealth with vocabulary. CEO, founder, investor, chairman of a holding company that owns exactly 2 assets, a logo and an email signature. The company is real in the sense that it is registered. It is fictional in the sense that it earns nothing. The business card is thick. The revenue is not. The motive is credibility. Titles open rooms that bank statements never see. The title mogul runs an empire with no employees, no product, and 1 export. The impression you just formed. Unlike the title mogul, the family-funded founder runs a company that actually exists. It just can't fail. The office is real, the brand is polished, and the business loses money every quarter. It never dies, though. Because every quarter, quietly, a parent refills the tank. The allowance is rebranded as revenue. The safety net is rebranded as courage. What's being protected here is identity. Self-made is the modern aristocratic title, and admitting the subsidy would mean surrendering it. They talk about risk the way tourists talk about weather, confident it will never actually reach them. This founder's greatest business achievement is the story of not needing help. The strategic faker is the only type doing it on purpose, with a spreadsheet. They know clients trust a full calendar, lenders trust a confident suit, and deals flow toward people who look like they don't need them. So they stage success the way a shop stages a window. The borrowed office address. The carefully busy schedule. The one good watch worn to every meeting. This is the fake-it-till-you-make-it clause of capitalism. And here is the uncomfortable part. Sometimes it works. The performance attracts the contract funds reality, and last year's costume becomes this year's receipts. The line between strategy and fraud is thin, and it is crossed at the exact moment the story stops matching the numbers. The strategic faker treats fake wealth as an investment. The others treat it as a lifestyle. That difference decides who eventually stops pretending. The replica collector skips the debt entirely and buys the counterfeit. The watch is a convincing copy. The bag is a mirror-grade fake, and the supply chain behind them is not a corner stall. The ACAD's latest estimate puts global trade in counterfeit goods at roughly $467 billion a year. The goal is the look at any price, as long as the price is low, but the object is rarely what gives them away. It's the story around it. The vague purchase history, the nervousness near real collectors. A replica can copy the product perfectly. It cannot copy the comfort of the person who paid full price. The almost rich are the twist, because they are not exactly pretending. The income is real. The job title is earned. The salary is genuinely impressive. And it is all spent. In one recent PIMS survey, about half of Americans earning six figures said they were living paycheck to paycheck. Even the most conservative survey, from Bankrate, puts it at 1 in 4. The installment illusionist knows they are performing. The almost rich never got the memo. There is no scheme here. They aren't faking the money. They're faking the wealth. Accidentally, one upgrade at a time. This is the most convincing fake rich person you will ever meet, because every visible part of the performance is paid for. Only the invisible part is missing. And if the surveys are right, this is also the most common type on the list. Some of them are watching this video. Some of them made it. So the real dividing line isn't income, logos, or postcodes. It's whether anything would be left if the audience stopped watching. Which type have you met? And which one is closer than you'd like to admit? Tell us below. And next week on the Status Ledger, we open the file on every type of luxury buyer.